Through there, into the cave, to hear honest thoughts and opinions.
It should be working. Oh, that should be working now. Let me just check this out over here. Where's that gone? Right, okay, so we've got that. There should be that. And that should be that. Right, start using voice mod. And that should be it. We're good, yeah? We're good? Thumbs up. Is that okay? Is everything working now with the sound and everything? What does it sound like on this mic, by the way? Does it sound all right? Because it didn't sound right last night. What the fuck am I doing here? Right, so start again. Right, so like I say, yeah, forest news first. I'm going to look into what I've seen so far. Forest should win Europa League. Big up Matt Spurs, by the way. Cheers, bro, for letting me know, because it's always difficult to see, you know, what's going on, stuff like that, unless you've got it on another platform. So, yeah, big up to you, man. And, yeah, like you say, with the Europa League thing, I mean, I was easy with it, to be quite honest with you. You know, Conference League for me would have been fine, to be honest, to get ourselves back into it. I'd have been more than all right with that, to be honest. Let's get that over there like that. That's better. Right. So yeah. So Conference League would have been okay. Europa League, yeah, all good. Let's see what we can do. We should win it. But I don't underestimate any team. Never have, never will. It's not the way I work. And because that way you write checks and checks that you're not cashing. So, I don't see no point in actually doing that at any time whatsoever. And so me and Jack's been talking about it. Jack being a Crystal Palace fan, we was having a discussion about it. I think there's weird things gone on both sides. I think Parish has got a lot to answer for as well, not answering the call and all that kind of thing. The old rule for me is crazy. It makes no sense to me at all, the fact that you can't have two teams unless they end up playing each other, and then you just make sure they don't play each other in the draw, surely. And then if you get a final, well, you're probably going to get the most boring final on the planet. But yeah, whatever. Anyway, it is what it is. And Forest have got the Europa spot, and we will do our best with it, as you did. We should go on to win it the same way that you did. There is some good teams in the Europa League. You're very right. Yeah, there is some. Aston Villa in the Europa League, aren't we? So, I mean, like I said to Jack yesterday, just Palace. I mean, they look decent anyway. They look decent in that Community Shield. So, I mean, they've got something good going on there. So go through the Conference League. Forget this now. Put it aside, put it away, and just get on with what you're doing at the minute, because you look like a really good side in the Community Shield. You proper went for it. And, so just concentrate on that. Keeping your players should be what you're thinking about at this point in time. Spurs won our third European League Cups. Yeah. And, but the thing is, right, first of all, I want to have a look on Twitter, X, or whatever you want to call it. So the main Forest news I've got is Amari Hutchinson is we've offered 35 million, I think, but he did have a release clause. Apparently that clause has now run out. They want 40 million for him. I do like him. Don't get me wrong. I do like him. I think he's a proper nifty little player who can create something out of nothing. So I think he is a quality player. 40 million, not too sure on that. I think I'd be a bit patient with it, because apparently he definitely wants to come back into the Premier League. So just be patient if he wants to leave. And, they're going to have to accept whatever, like on deadline day or whatever. So I think that's probably the best way of kind of doing that. Spurs won our third, and Spurs won the first Europa Cup in 1972. And big up Yeti United fan 345. Big up to you, mate. You're well. And so basically, Forest also been in talks with AC Milan for a move for Yunus Musa. Not quite sure who that is. And also, obviously, Douglas Luiz, which I would like to see come to the City ground, to be quite honest with you. McAtee, we're close to McAtee, but I think we offered something like 20-25 million. And I think Manchester City viewing about 30-35 million or something like that. He's a good player. He's got a lot of potential. So I would like to see McAtee coming in. And also Shimikas as well. Apparently Shimikas is another one that we're looking at heavily, with him not being involved in the Community Shield. Then there's a possibility he could be leaving. He could be coming in as well. And also defensive midfielder from Monaco, Sungutu Magasa. Again, I've never even heard of the guy, to be quite honest with you. Never even heard of him, but apparently we're looking at him as well. 21 years old. I'd have to check him out on YouTube, do a little YouTube scouting and things like that to actually find out whether he's any good. Big up Yeti, and he'll bring Lehman with him. Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much what I know about Forest at the moment and kind of what's going on. Looking forward to the game on Sunday against Brentford. Not too worried about the fact that we're not scoring many goals. I'd rather it got going in an actual Premier League game than in a friendly, to be honest with you. Is it slightly worrying? Yeah, I suppose it is. But I've got every faith in them. Jesus looks like a decent player. The Endoy looks class as well. He looks well up for it as well. So that should be an interesting one. Cunha's fitting well, I think, as well. He's doing really well as well. I think 3 Forest players in my fantasy league. Who you got in your fantasy league? Who you got in your fantasy league? But the one thing I wanted to talk about tonight, to be honest, is basically the state of football. Basically, it's disappointing. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but there's a lot of games I watch that's not, obviously, if you're watching your own team, you kind of view it a little bit different because you're watching your own team, so you're okay with it and everything. I really do miss that camera light, I must admit. The light on that camera that I used to use do miss that. I'll have to get another light. I did have one, but I borrowed it from my brother and I've never seen it since, which is pretty much the same as anything I borrowed from my brother, to be honest with you. But, yeah, so, I mean, it's like, just this sideways, backwards passing and all that. And I mean, we're getting some really sort of good talents coming into this country and things like that. But then asking them to play this sideways, backwards stuff, apart from like certain players like Salah, who's obviously quality, is obviously world class. And I also think, like, if you look at football back in the day, what flavours of vape? Yeah, he looks mint. It's actually passion fruit, this one is. It's quite good as well. I got this one as well, blood orange. That is bloody horrible. That, honestly, it's like Marmite. It tastes like Marmite to me, not orange. I got banana. I got 2 passion fruits. These Go things are a lot better than the thing I was using before. So the one I was using before was crap. Do you believe you will struggle in the league if Nuno wants to try win a trophy in the Europa League? Yeah, I think it could come to that. Yeah, I think from what I've been reading and all that, I mean, if we was able to, like, the main thing is to stay in the Premier League, in my opinion. Stay in the Premier League and then do what we can in the Cups and in Europa and all that kind of stuff. That, to me, would be a good season to get quite far in the Cups and really and win the Europa, basically. But you can't, like, discount other teams. I always make a point of not doing that. But, yeah, I think about 10, 12, like I said that last season, and look what happened last season. I mean, it could all come together all of a sudden. We've got some good players there now. You know, if we can pull in these recruitments as well, keeping Morgan Gibbs White, obviously, you know, keeping Sells. I mean, Sells is just different. He's just different class in himself. So, I mean, we can't knock that either. But yeah, I mean, when it comes down to that, I mean, Nuno's got a plan. I mean, he did look a bit frustrated actually after the game on Saturday, but he's got a plan. And Jesus looks up for it. You know, he missed 1 or 2 shots that was very, very close as well. You know, Nuno, the next Brian Clough. There'll never be another Brian Clough, mate. To be honest, there'll never be another Brian Clough. Same as there'll never be another Alex Ferguson. You know, they was one of a kind. You know, George Graham. They're one of a kind managers. I don't think you'll ever get another one of them. To be honest with you. It'd be great, but, you know, it would never replace that name anyway, regardless. But, yeah, so I'm looking forward to it. I'm not much liking the football we're kind of playing at the minute is a little bit, you know, sideways, backwards a little bit. I mean, the passing's been good and all that kind of stuff. We've only really seen it in pre-season, so it's hard to sort of judge at the minute. But I would expect us to probably get top 10 or, you know, top 12 or whatever. Top 10, I'd say. I've been saying sort of top 10, you know, towards the latter part of top 10 and having a good cup run and a good Europa. That's pretty much what I've been saying. Evening, that guy got a flying kick, knocking him off his bike on Billy Moore's video tonight. I ain't seen that one. I've not seen that one. I watched the one the other day with Charlie Beach. I did watch the Charlie Beach one the other day. That was the one where the little kid in the tracksuit was giving it the bigger money. Mate, why don't they sort that Piccadilly Circus or whatever it's called? Why don't they sort it out, man? It's an absolute shit show. And I can't believe like normal people sit around in that park. I can't believe that. That's what I don't get. They just sit there, you know, minding their own business, having a laugh, having a good time, and all this, that, and the other when all these things are going off around. It's insane, mate. It's insane. I hope Amarim does a job. Yeah, I think, yeah. I mean, from what I've seen, I mean, I know it's only like pre-season and stuff like that, but from what I've seen, it looks like he could be in for a good season, especially with getting Sesko and rebuilding that front line as well. Cunha is excellent, and he's really fitted in really well. And Burmo is quality as well, and Burmo's absolute class. So, yeah, and then you've got Sesko in the middle as well. So I think you're building quite well, to be honest. I do like Agate as well. I do like him. So, and Dorgu, is it Dorgu? He looks all right as well. Yeah, I'm not saying that the glory days are coming back, but I do think it's a bit more impressive than what it has been. Are you going to watch us win the Super Cup? That's tomorrow night, isn't it? I'll probably do a watch along for that actually. If I can manage to find a stream to watch it, I might have to sort of watch it on TV behind me. But that's pretty much how I'm gonna have to do most games because a lot of these on it ain't working now. It's right at the end. Right, yeah, I'll give it a watch, mate. I'll give it a watch later on. And Cracky Gardens. Well, AY Audits, he's been arrested, hasn't he? AY Audits got arrested for going into one of the hotels, apparently. I didn't watch it all, but apparently he got arrested. Cracky Gardens, yeah. Mate, what is going on with that? I mean, you've got the mayor of Manchester. He's on X all the time, saying, "Oh, what we need to do is this and that and the other," and I just keep replying and saying, "What you need to do is sort out Cracky Gardens, mate. What are you playing at? The police need to be there all the time. It's insane. It's fucking insane." Don't think they care. Don't think they care nowadays. Every single town in this country right now has got that kind of situation. Nottingham's got it. You know, they're everywhere. They're all over the place. What do? Oh, instead of trying to help them out, we put defibrillators everywhere, all over the town, just in case they have the OD or something. I mean, that's just superb, isn't it? That's amazing. And Dorgu, yeah, he looks decent. He's the games I've watched, he's looked decent. For us, the one that's impressed me the most, to be honest, through this pre-season, which I've been enlightened today by finding he's never really sort of reached the heights, but he's really looking decent now. Sangari's really looking good, I think. I think he's really turned a corner. Apparently, though, he had malaria and he also has had like a lot of injuries as well. So you can understand why it's been a bit difficult with him. But he is looking the part at the minute. He is really looking the business. I'm planning on going to Manchester in December on a Saturday to see the live show. Ah, nice one. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, that'd be awesome, mate. That'd be awesome. You know, follow him into Cottager's Cove. Fucking see that guy the other day with fucking poo on his shirt. Oh my days. It's just there's no embarrassment there, is there, whatsoever? Well, he was pretty embarrassed. He was walking away quick enough, and then they seen a bit piece of poo on his shirt. Oh my days! Disgusting. Whatever. Yeah, it's tragic, you know. But I mean, what's your guys' like thoughts on Forest next season? Because a lot of people are saying that we're going to be fighting relegation. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? What's your thoughts? It's funny to see non-English people to find out who Mr. Crowley is. Yeah. And big up Adam, you're right, matey. Big up Yeti, mate. Hope you're okay, bro. Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm just like I'm in a bit of a mood with this football thing at the minute because I don't know what you think about football right now, but back in the day, it was a hell of a lot more exciting. Now it's all this sideways, backwards passing. What's the point bringing in these players with amazing skills and all that lot, and then just getting them to play in these formations where they're passing it backwards all the time instead of taking their man on? Back in the day, you'd take your man on and show what you was capable of. And in my opinion, you can see like the Eze's and stuff like that. Eze, yes, he looks good. But if you think about it back in the past, he pretty much does what a lot of them did like back then. So he would have looked normal back then. But he's standing out because he's doing things out there that the others aren't doing because they're staying in position instead of actually trying to break the thing up. And it's great to be strong. It's great to be compact and all this, that and the other. But you've got to go and try and win a game as well. You know, that's the main aim. The main aim is to win the games. So that's pretty much what you've got to do. I just find it really shit. I mean, you imagine Saka like back in the day, it's say the 80s, 70s or 80s or something. Saka would have been trying to beat everybody at every point of turn. He wouldn't have been throwing himself to the floor, you know. Football's changed in that regard for me. Awakened Giant, yeah, absolutely. And I think West Ham 18th. West Ham's a weird one, isn't it? Because they haven't really they bought anybody in yet. I know Sterling was talked about the other day, but I don't know whether they've actually bought him in. Because me and Tom always have this thing where I say, like, every time I say that we're looking at this player, Tom goes, "Oh, we're looking at him as well." So as soon as I seen the Sterling thing, I sent a message to Tom saying basically, mate, we're not interested in this one. This one's all yours, bro. This one's all yours. We don't want this one. And he was kind of the same as well. So, yeah, I don't know what's going on with West Ham, to be honest. Big up Joshy J and Michael Yeti, mate. Absolutely. I've actually messaged Michael to see if he wanted to come on, but I don't know whether he was doing anything on Rumble or not. I did message him to see if he wanted to come on and have a chat or whatever. Forest was a good team back in 1994. We've had some good sides, mate. We've had some really good sides. I mean, what you've got to take into account with Forest is we're kind of rebuilding now. We're kind of rebuilding. So anybody to sort of, I mean, obviously last season makes it look like we more advanced than we was and all that kind of stuff. And hopefully this season goes exactly the same and everything comes together and we have a great season and everything comes good. Hopefully it goes exactly the same way, because also you've got to take into account a lot of players don't get up for friendlies. Your new players who you sign will get up for friendlies because they're trying to prove something and trying to get a shirt. But a lot of players don't. So I'm not worried. I'm not worried in any way, shape, or form. Get the first game. Someone said to me the other day, it looks like you're going to go through the whole season getting 0-0s. And I went, no, that won't happen because the opposition can fucking score. So it definitely won't be 0-0. Where you think Eze will end up, Yeti, mate? Well, Arsenal. Well, it's down to Arsenal and Spurs. Which one's going to put the money together to hit the release clause, basically. I think he wants Arsenal more than Spurs, though, because I think he was at Arsenal at some point. I think he was in the Arsenal Academy when Van Persie was there. I think. I don't know. Jez would have to answer that one for you. Would you have Rasmus Højlund on loan to Forest for the season? Chris Wood can have some competition then. I don't mind Rasmus Højlund, to be quite honest with you. I liked him when I first saw him, when you first signed him. So I don't mind Rasmus Højlund. I'd take a chance on Rasmus Højlund, but we've also got Jesus in there now. I don't know whether he's going to go 4-4-2. I thought he did the other day, but I don't think it wasn't actually a 4-4-2. It was more the same formation, but without Morgan Gibbs-White. I do like Rasmus Højlund. I think he's all right. What's going on with him? Is he leaving or are you keeping him or what? Eze will end up in London. Yeah, well, yeah. That's pretty obvious, mate. Either one, isn't it? I can't see it being Spurs, though, to be honest. Because I think he's already said he wants Arsenal, hasn't he? I hope to think Forest could be relegated. I don't think that'll happen. I mean, you never know. You never know what's going to happen, but I doubt very much we'll get relegated with the teams that's coming up. I mean, Sunderland are doing what they need to do. I think they've nearly spent like 200 million. I think a lot of teams are learning from us that's coming up now. Just spend the money. If you get 3 points, then hopefully you're in a position where those 3 points don't hurt you that much, you know. So I can't see us getting relegated, but hey, you can never count anything out. Seriously, I think he will go to Spurs. Do you reckon he'll go Spurs? Do you reckon they'll pull up the money then? You think they'll put up the money instead of Arsenal? Because I think what I was reading today, Arsenal are working on selling players at the minute. More than buying. So, I mean, I don't know. I've not really seen anything on what's going on with Arsenal at the moment, to be honest with you. Spurs have been in Premier League since 1992. Yeah, I mean, this is what I'm saying though. This is what I'm on about. We've just come back into the Premier League. 3 seasons into the Premier League, 2 times nearly getting relegated and getting away with it. And then the last season, phenomenal, 3rd place for a good percentage of it. Didn't lose at the start of the season for a good while till we played Fulham at home, and that one was dodgy, but I don't want to be being sour grapes and all that kind of stuff. But it was dodgy. It was dodgy. But yeah, so I mean, we're just rebuilding at the minute, and the biggest thing for me is like, if we go down, then it's just going to all come to pieces, basically. So I don't think we'll go down. I don't think Marianakis will allow us to go down. If it's going that way, then he'll probably he'll drop the hatchet, mate. I don't think he'll mess around. He wants to stay, but they want him to go fully. But AC Milan want to loan. Yeah, I've seen that. But I mean, you've got Sesko, and you've got him just behind, haven't you? So, you know, I mean, I'd still keep hold of him, to be honest. Scored a good goal in that friendly, to be honest. Got in a really good position for the header. The last time Spurs got relegated was 1976. Well, the next time Spurs got relegated is 2025. No, 2026. I mean, got that wrong. But yeah, I mean, I to be honest, I think from what I've seen of Spurs and some of the games I've seen, I mean, I'll look tomorrow, of course. Frank's got them playing as a unit. That game against Arsenal, they was proper playing as a unit, and they looked a lot better. And Jed Spence just looks class. He's as good as what he was for us, 100%. He was totally brilliant in that game against Arsenal, taking on 5 or 6 of their players and just fucking gliding past them. I do like Jed Spence. I think if you can get the best out of Jed Spence, and also Frank's got Johnson as well, who he kind of always wanted for Brentford. So I've always said it, if Frank is a good manager, and if he can get Spurs in the same vein as he had Brentford, and playing that football where they can get forward well, but they can also like do the part where you have to drop back and defend at times and then go on the counter and stuff like that. I think there's a good future there, really, for Spurs. But again, all will tell when the league starts and we start playing the games, won't it? You know, United fan, he's a good lad. I think our 10s just don't trust him enough to score, which is obviously annoying him in the game. Yeah. I mean, when he first came in, I mean, he was holding defenders off and everything. He looked quite a unit, to be honest. I think there is still something there with him as well, personally. But, I mean, I'd keep hold of him, keep him behind Sesko or whatever, give him a chance every now and then, and just see how it goes from there, really. But, I mean, like I say, this one was all about, like, the state of football, all this passing backwards and sideways and all that kind of stuff, because To me, I mean, what do you guys think when you're watching football nowadays? Because a lot of it just bores me to fucking tears. Watching all this, like, it honestly, my heart sinks when I see a good winger get the ball, and instead of actually taking the player on and trying to get to the byline and making a cross, or even maybe going in on his left foot or whatever. When I see him not doing that, it's just like fucking hell, man. You know, and he passes back, and then the defender passes back, defender passes to the goalkeeper. It's just boring, man. They need to bring 4-4-2 back and just have 11 against 11 and just go out there and try and win the game. Fuck the rest of it. That's why Garnacho didn't pass. Selfishness and lack of trust for Rasmus. Well, he could be going to Chelsea, couldn't he? Apparently he's picked Chelsea, but anything I say on that's why I say apparently, because this is all just what I'm reading on the internet. I don't know if it's right or not, or whether it's true or what. So I'm just saying apparently. The three Forest players in my team, Milenkovic, Gibbs White, and Woods in my fantasy team. That's a good three, to be honest. That's a good three. Woods definitely. Milenkovic is awesome, so him definitely. Gibbs White is, for me, at times hot and cold. A lot of Forest fans won't agree with me, but he is a little bit hot and cold at times. Anderson's the one I like. I like Anderson. The way he just decides, the way he picks the ball up, he just plays so well in that midfield. I think he was an absolute quality buy from Newcastle. Had two vans crash near me in the last 24 hours, one into someone's front living room and the other into a power pole in fucking chaos. Oh my days, what's going on with the vans around there, man? Is it some kind of van epidemic or something? That's insane. Apparently Arteta likes Garnacho, but he wants Chelsea and not Arsenal. Yeah, I mean, look, Garnacho is... I liked him when he first came on the scene, but he's never quite delivered for me, to be honest. Never quite delivered. Bit greedy. Very greedy, actually. Just not there for the team either. When Man United needed someone there for the team. Some of the stuff he'd say on X after the games and stuff as well. That's ridiculous. You don't want players like that. You don't want players like that. One was drunk. Oh my days. That's crazy. Should have his license took off him then. Should have his license took off him. Who's this mug? I don't know, mate. What mug are you talking about? You're talking about Garnacho. Yeah, could you see Arsenal winning the league? I think it's possible. I think it depends, really. I mean, if Gyökeres starts hitting the ground running and they start finding him at the right times, and with the assist that he can give as well, with Rice, with what he brings to the team, then it's possible. But also, you've got to look at Liverpool. Now, Crystal Palace in the Community Shield, like, proper gave them a game the other day. Proper gave them a game. I can't see it with Arsenal, though, but I could be wrong, but I can't see it. I think it'll come down to the way you play against the teams outside of the top five. To be honest, I think it's whoever don't drop the points there that'll have the chance of winning the league. Arsenal won't win, says Matt, obviously. I think you'll do all right, to be honest. Not until we sort out the left side. Yeah, that is true. That is true. Yes, I agree. I said that the other day, actually. Sesko versus Gyökeres will be box office, 100%. 100%. That's going to be really interesting, because whichever one looks the best in that game, or whichever one comes out of that game the better, it's going to go mental in the mental fan base, the Arsenal fan base. I said we should have got Sesko. I said we should have got Gyökeres, and it's going to go absolutely. It's going to be fucking bedlam, that is. I didn't think they like each other either. I don't know, mate. I don't know. No idea if they actually like each other. But who would you say is winning the league? Because I think Liverpool are a damn good team. I do think they are a damn good team, and I think when it comes down to Premier League football, they will bring it personally. But then you've got Man City as well. They're just trying to sign some guy now or whatever. I can't remember his name. Spurs beat Arsenal already. Yeah, you did. Yeah, that's just a one game, isn't it? You know. To be honest, if you play Arsenal like you played them in that Singapore Cup or whatever it was called, then there's no reason why you can't beat them because you didn't give them any time or space or anything. And they find it really difficult to sort of get around you and stuff. And I think that's the way you actually have to play against Arsenal. Just don't give them the time and space, basically. Forest wins it and does a Leicester. Yeah, that'd be insane, wouldn't it? That'd be insane. That would be insane. I mean, we've got a lot of players. We've got players now that are like an unknown quantity with Jesus and Endoy and who else we're going to pull in and all that kind of stuff. So, I mean, you never know, mate. You never know. That would be absolutely phenomenal, to be honest. Remember Nunes outperformed Ireland in Community Shield and then everything changed after. Yeah. But what do you think of the style of football that gets played now? There's 4-2-3-1, passing it backwards, sideways, and stuff like that. Because to me, I think the counter attack is the killer of that style. I think the counter attack, the low block counter attack, is the killer of that style. Because no matter how good your defenders are, if you can get one over the top and get a good run onto it, you're through on goal. And if Raya's going to run out that far, then he's going to get lobbed a hell of a lot more this season. Let's put it that way. If Forest win the league, you should buy a Prem Trophy replica from the background. Should, you know? Yeah. Oh, bro, that would be absolutely insane. That would be absolutely insane. And if you can get on a good run and keep the good run going, you know, Leicester's proved it. You know, there's no saying what you can do, really. Like I say, we started the season really well last season, and we didn't lose until we played Fulham. I can't remember what I looked for that was into the season, but I know we didn't lose until that point. And the guy that we brought in, Endoy, he looks bloody decent. He does. He looks proper up for it as well, so he looks good. Would you say Nuno is the GOAT at that point? If he wins the Premier League, then I would say he's definitely up there without a shadow of a doubt. I think he deserved more credibility last season, to be honest, for what he did. Because he changed that team altogether. Because the season before, we had so much nerves when it came to the defending side and the concentration was going and everything. And he brought in Milenkovic and it just all cemented. It just all worked. And the defence is still as good as it was. So I don't think we'll concede massive amounts in that respect. Rare should be put on a leash, stopping him going out too far. I don't know why keepers do that. To be honest, that's one thing that really baffles me, especially when you're playing these styles where you're really compact and stuff, and then you've got your goalkeeper at the halfway line. Any player in the Premier League should be able to pick the ball up from there and put it over the top of him and into the net, mind you. Then again, they can't put it in the net from outside the line nowadays, outside the box, so who knows? No, Yeti, it's the what will beat you unless you've got Walker and Pierce. Yeah. But it's like the thing is the defence we've got now: Aina, Williams, Murillo, Milenkovic, Morato's not looked bad in the pre-season as well. Cunha looks a decent addition. You know, he looks really good as well. So I mean, there's a few more to come in yet. Shimmercast possibly. That's kind of on the books at the minute, but I don't know kind of how far that is. But build from the back. That's what Cloughie used to do. Build from the back, get yourself a solid back four, get yourself solid, get a good midfield, playing where you did the trap last season, where we pulled the teams in and then sort of played it over the top. You know, that's also, and I think that's probably what Nuno will continue to do. It's going to come down to how the new players fit in and how they take to it and how they get off, you know, running, and how long it takes them to get with the game as well. Bruno's leaving next season anyway, as well, so we can build fully. Yeah, so I've never really rated Bruno that much. I've never really rated Bruno that much. He's never been one of those players that I've really rated, to be quite honest with you. It's just, I mean, it's opinions, isn't it, really? But I think he gets Mardy too easy for a captain. You know, he gets Mardy too easy. He gives in too easy. You know, that to me is not captain material, to be honest. But as he said, he's definitely leaving next season. Then, I mean, Cunha and Mbermo and Sesko. I mean, that is an awesome front. That is an awesome front line. There's no doubt about that. That is absolutely quality. If they can all start working together, who knows? Who knows where he could go this season, to be honest. Yeah, he said 1 more year. Yeah, fair enough. And Joshua Tobias, how you doing, mate? Bruno won't leave. He's just rejected the Saudi payday, and he's at his age. He'll sign a new deal at United to stay in the big league. I don't know, when they get to that age, though, they do tend to sign for them Saudis and get that money, don't they? So, mind you, some go over even younger. How you doing, Joshua? You all right, mate? You looking forward to the start of the new season? Who you got first? It's good to have Leeds back up there, to be honest. I know a lot of people won't agree with that, but Leeds was one of them that was in there back in the day, so I want to see the other teams in here that was there back in the day. Some left Spurs and it only cost us 5 million. Yeah. Did you see what happened the other day at press conference where that American last turned around and says she's hoping that he can help them win the World Cup? Did you see that? It's on YouTube. Apparently, she says, "I'm really happy to have you here, and I'm hoping you can help us win the World Cup." And Son's just sat there like, "Huh? What? I don't think I can play for America." That was absolutely hilarious. But Son's a big miss as well. I do like Son. He's brought some great moments to the Prem. If we sign a striker, I'll be more confident. Everton up first. I think we beat them, then get battered by Arsenal and Newcastle. I think you'll give a good game to Arsenal. How do you play now? Is it Fargo? Is it Fargus? What's your manager's name? How do you actually play now? Because, I mean, I loved it when you came up with Bielsa, and the way you played was just non-stop for 90 minutes. I mean, it don't work in the Prem, obviously, but you know, it was fun to actually, it was a fun team, an interesting team to watch, which gets me onto this state of football nowadays. Best thing to do is to build like a counter-attack type of thing, because these teams in this Premier League, they want to keep the ball 98% of the possession. So let them keep it. Let them keep the ball for 98% of the possession, and then you have 2%, go and score a goal and win the game 1-0. You've just got to hope they don't, with the possession they have, you just got to hope they don't score every time, because then you're in big trouble. But yeah, well, what's your thoughts on this Newcastle thing anyway? Because Isaac apparently has turned around and says he's got no intention of integrating with the team again at all. That's what he said. Well, apparently that's what he said. I know he won a penalty. Yeah, I didn't actually see it. I just saw that thing on YouTube. Daniel Farker, that's him. King of build-up football, which isn't a good tactic given the Premier League pace. We'll need a few drops of luck to stay up, I think. You do, mate. You do. Yeah, we got a fair bit of luck as well. And obviously we got, we played hard. We did play hard, and we defended to the death, mate, and that's what you've got to do. You've got to defend to the death and hope you get something fall for you, the opposite side. You know, that's pretty much how you stay in the Prem. It's not an easy league to stay in. You know, we struggled 2 seasons in a row. You know, we was right next to it, but you know, we managed to stay up, and then we did really well last season. Hopefully, we can continue that this season. We'll just have to wait and see. But we've got some good players. I'm not bothered about losing Elanga, to be honest with you. I like Endo. He looks decent. Got a great turn of pace on him as well, and he's not bothered about running at people either. So I'm quite happy with having Endo and get Amari Hutchinson as well. I won't mind him because I think he did really well for Ipswich. Not sure I paid 40 mil for him though. Just wait, just be patient, because he wants to go back to the Premier League anyway. So just be patient, and if he decides that he definitely wants to leave Ipswich, then they're going to have no choice but to accept what we offer, aren't they? Either that, or they're going to have an unhappy player on their hands, which they don't want that. So, you know, Sunderland ain't messing around. They've spent nearly 200 million there. Although I ain't heard of half a player apart from Xhaka, of course. I've got you, Dan, as one of them that has got the best possibility of staying up, to be honest. And I'm not just saying that because you're in here. I said it the other day. I've got Leeds down as the one that could possibly stay up because you've been in the Prem before, so you kind of know what to expect. Burnley have as well, but Burnley was more gung-ho. And you know, so but I do think you've got the better chance of actually staying up. Yeah, long time, brother. Absolutely, Stephen. How you doing, matey? You all right, mate? Have you seen any of the friendlies or anything that's kind of going off at the minute? What do you think we're going to do next season? I think about top 10 personally, and then have a good cup run and do really well in the Europa. How is Nottingham and Sheffield even in Yorkshire? They're not in Yorkshire. Nottingham's in the Midlands and Sheffield's in Yorkshire. On streaming live, I'll drop a Sterling comment. Absolutely, yeah. Tell him. Good luck on getting Sterling from me. I hope so. I hope it don't come down to them not bothering and then us end up getting the fucking useless twat. He's just an absolute mercenary anyway, isn't he? That Sterling. So I wouldn't really want to bother with him. I don't want him. I don't want Sterling at all. Definitely wouldn't want Sterling. Nunes. Yeah, I wouldn't. I've never said no when it comes to Nunes. I don't know whether he's going to actually leave. I think he is. But yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. Just see where the Premier League takes us. Got Brentford on Sunday. Yeah, that's not going to be an easy game. Wissa's another one that we was looking at, but I think he possibly could end up at Newcastle now. All this down in tools, though. All this down in tools from these players. You know, just I don't want to play for you anymore. So just down in tools. I'm not going to play for you anymore. Absolutely ridiculous, to be honest. Top 10 cup run would be nice. Just worried about our lack of transfers. Feels we need 2 top 4 Forest signings. Yeah, I mean the McAtee one could be happening. I don't know. Shimmercast is another one I keep hearing as well. And also, what was the other game? Amari Hutchinson. Amari Hutchinson, I think, will be towards sort of the end of the window. And I'm sure he's got Douglas Luiz. I think Douglas Luiz would be a good one. I think Douglas Luiz is the one that I'd be most, well, between him and Amari Hutchinson, I'd be most excited about, to be honest. Just told him, and you agree. Yeah, Douglas Luiz, I think, would be a good one to pull in. I think Sangori's had a fantastic fantastic friendlies. He's been fantastic in the friendlies, so he looks decent. Hey, Yorkshireman, do you think Burnley will beat Spurs? Is that your first game, Burnley? Well, if they do, then it's the history of the Tottenham, isn't it? If they do beat you, then it's the history of the Tottenham, because it all looks good, and then all of a sudden it starts to crumble. I don't know why this stream keeps stopping on my laptop. Is it stopping on here, or is it staying on? It might be my laptop, but is that what you've got first, Burnley? I don't know. I mean, they've got Kyle Walker, haven't they? But I don't really know who else they've got, to be honest. I don't really know what team they've got now, to be fair. Who's their manager, anyway, Burnley? Let's have a look, see what going on here. But what do you think about this Isaac thing? Because I can't stand it when players do stuff like that. Just, to me, just get out. Just get out. When you start doing things like that, just get out of the team, man. No time for it whatsoever. No time for it at all. Just fucking bullshit. That Donnarumma's been released from PSG as well, hasn't he? Yeah, he's been released from PSG. I've just read that Man United says they're not interested in him. Mind you, Eaton's done all right. I think Eaton's done all right in the friendlies. But I think he's still looking at like another goalkeeper, as far as I know. I don't know. I don't really follow a lot of like what goes on and stuff, and you know, when people do channels about, oh, this is definitely happening and that's definitely happening, and then it don't happen, it's bollocks, isn't it? So I just don't bother with it. Burnley manager, Scott Parker. Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting. He's Bournemouth manager, wasn't he? Was it Bournemouth? I think he was the Bournemouth manager, wasn't he? So he knows about the Premier League, then. So it's just down to whether he's learned anything, I suppose. I like Burnley. They're like Preston, Bristol, Wigan, and Stoke. Is that at your ground, the Burnley game, or is that at their place? Agreed. This why I want MGW gone. He don't have a heart for club, so get rid. All right, mate. I said exactly the same thing. As soon as I saw what I saw, I said exactly the same thing. And all I keep getting from Forest fans is, we played it well and all this kind of stuff to get a new contract. I don't think that was what he did at all. I think he was part of that, to be honest. But you know what, Stephen? He's in a Forest shirt. So if you're in a Forest shirt, you better perform and you better do what we expect. I don't think he'll be here next season, even though he signed the contract for, was it 3 years or something, 2 years? I don't think he'll be here next season, to be quite honest with you. But I agree. I do agree with you, to be honest. When I saw it, I was like, the same as I am with anything. Get out. Just get out. But I think the only problem with that, though, was the fact of, like, if there's an NDA on that contract, and then all of a sudden, I think it was stupid, to be honest, because if Spurs had gone in with a 55 million bid and then gone up to the 60, then it wouldn't have, we wouldn't have been able to do anything. Why did he have a 60 million release clause? That's insane. Who agreed to that? That was what I was more angry about, to be honest. The fact that he got a 60 million release clause on it. It's like, who agreed to a 60 million release clause when one gives why? You know, there's obviously like interest in him and all that kind of stuff. So I don't know why we agreed to a 60 million release clause. Absolutely insane. Yes, by extension, if he's playing for Forest, I want him to do well. I've just lost that loving feeling. Yeah. I get you. I get you, mate. I get you. And as I've already said, to be honest, between you and me, Steve, well, I said it to everybody, but I don't think he's all that, to be honest. I think he's got a lot to learn. If you want my opinion, the better dribbler of the two is Anderson, because Anderson gets the ball at his feet and it just sticks to his feet. Whereas Morgan Gibbs White, he'll get the ball and he'll start taking it down the pitch, and then he'll have 3 players around him, And instead of playing that little pass that can get somebody else away, he tries to get through all three players and loses the ball. And he loses the ball for us quite a lot, to be honest. He does actually loses possession quite a bit. But, you know, get in the Forest shirt, prove me wrong, get on with it, basically. I think he's the highest played Forest player we've ever had now, apparently. This is what I've heard anyway. I don't know whether there's any reality to that. If he thinks he's better than he thinks he's better than most people think. Yeah, absolutely, 100%. He's a good player. He is a good player, and but for me, he's got a lot to learn. Yeah, he can make a good pass. His shooting is sometimes good, sometimes not. He can make a difference at times, yeah. But for me, it's just that way he keeps the ball too long and loses the fucking ball. That's what was always like wound me up. Just as soon as they get round you, play the pass. Because while three players are around you, there's space somewhere else. You know, that's what kind of got me a little bit. Whether too hot in it, yeah, mate, it is, bro. It is, 100%. It is, man. It's honestly, it's been mental today. I know people go, "Oh, you're moaning because it's too hot," and all this, that, and the other. But you know, if your body don't like it, your body don't like it. I mean, look how white I am, guys. For fuck's sake, I could be a fucking extra on most haunted. The heat don't do me no good. Spurs only wanted him because he's in the England team. Yeah, I mean, it would have been a good signing for Spurs. But I think the thing that wound me up the most was the price, and I think that's what. If you look at Facebook when that was happening, it weren't about him going or anything like that. The thing that people was angry about was who the hell gave him a 60 million release clause? That person needs sacking, and everybody just went mental on the Forest thing on Facebook. Crazy. Oh, we've got no ambition. Oh, we're not going to do anything. Oh, we're going to sell all our players off now and we're just going to go down and all that kind of stuff. And I think that played a big part as well. I agree. Mr. Anderson is more what we need. Yeah, 100%. I fucking love Anderson. I think Anderson's absolute quality. He's got so much to his game as well. He can win the ball. He can play the ball off. He can get into good spaces. His dribbling is just unbelievable. Nobody can touch him. Nobody can touch him, man. If he can work on the shots, then he's got a massive future ahead of him, Anderson, 100%. I'd be more bothered if he went, to be quite honest. And like I say, with Sangari in the friendlies, I mean, he's playing all them through balls and stuff again like he did in the friendlies last time. And he looks proper good. Sangari. I'm hoping he can carry on like that. Getting anybody that comes into the midfield with a ball, he's on them straight away. Winning the ball, passing it on, stuff like that. He looks different class now. Honestly, he does. I'm hoping he can see that through into the season because he's going to be a big player for us next season, I think. Yeah, 60 million, a lot of money. Gaza was only 2 million. Well, I mean, if you judge it like that, I mean, the price is crazy. One of my favourite strikers is Stan Collingwood, and he went for what, 15 million, was it? What would he go for now? All you had to do was give that guy the ball and he'd take it on his own past everybody and put it in the top corner. His finishing was sublime. Both feet as well. He was absolutely phenomenal. Power, pace. He wouldn't have fit in today's game, though, to be honest. Well, he would in the counter-attack style. But, yeah, I mean, if you go back, if you look at that, how much players used to cost and all that kind of stuff. I mean, you pay like 100 million for Declan Rice. Declan Rice is good, but if that's the case, what would Vieira have cost? What would fucking Roy Keane have cost? You know, when you're looking at it like that. They was in the wrong eras, mate. They could have made a shitload more money. Apparently, we're looking to sell Sangari. I'll be pissed if we do. Really, we're looking to sell him. Well, yeah, that is annoying because he's looked really good. To be honest, he's looked really good. Gareth Bale, yeah, another one. Yeah, absolute class. Yeah, absolute class. You'd think how much they could fetch when you look at these players, how much they're worth now. They couldn't even lace their boots. I'm sorry, but they couldn't. I love Colin Moore. If his head was right, he would be one of England's great players. Yeah, absolutely. 100%. Totally. That was his biggest issue, wasn't it, really? Biggest issue with was his attitude and all that kind of stuff. That was the biggest problem because, I mean, him and Brian Wright got on really well. Well, they didn't get on really well, but they worked really well on the pitch, but they didn't like each other off it, apparently. So, you know, but oh, mate, can you remember the guns? Fucking awesome. I remember the game, the one game that I got to see with Colin Moore, I stopped going for a good while. I think it was against Bolton, and he came on at half time, I think it was, and I shouted, "Come on, Colin Moore, come on, Stan, first touch," because it was the first time I'd seen him play live, obviously. And I go, come on, Stan, first touch, and bloody hell, he did it, and then he elbowed someone in the head and got sent off. Yeah, elbowed someone in the head and then got sent off straight afterwards. But yeah, he was utter class. And like you say, he could have been one of England's best, to be fair. If he just had his attitude right, he would have been superb, absolutely superb. Loved him. AC Milan apparently looking to sign him. What, Stan Collymore? Oh, Sangari, yeah, that's a big one to turn down as well, isn't it? I hope they don't get rid of him because he's starting to look decent now. He's starting to come into his own. Maybe that's why. I don't know. Big up Daniel Knights. How you doing, bro? Hope you're well, pal. I still got my yellow forest top with Roy on the back. Nice. I've been going through a lot of my shirts today, actually. I've still got a lot of mine. I've got the yellow European Cup one, obviously, a replica. It's not normal. I've got the Capital one from the championship, and then a few like the new ones, and then like a few of the training ones from ages ago. The blue and black one, the red and black one. Very nice tops, man. Very nice. I had a load more. I don't know what happened to them. I had a white one, and I had a red one with a little gold stars on it. I don't know where that's gone. Can't find that anywhere. I got my first Eagles talk football. Think Arsenal going to win the league again next season. I'm going to cook that brown envelope next season. You're about a gal again. You know what? A gal's just a wind-up, don't you? He's just a wind-up. That's all he is. Big up, Jazz. How you doing, matey? Evening to you, bro. He's just a wind-up. A gal's just an absolute wind-up. The stuff he was saying the other day on that show I was watching with Matt, and he was talking, and Igal was saying that Arteta's better than Wenger. I mean, he's got to be on the wind-up. Even though he's a fucking idiot. Well, we know he's an idiot, but he's an idiot on the wind-up. My favourite is the blue one. Is that the Labatt's one, or do you mean the blue and black one? The blue and black one was the one we had when we had Eugene Bopp. Eugene Bopp. There's a player. Big up Jazz Legend. Labatt's top. Yeah, I remember that one. Yeah, I got a picture of that somewhere with Stuart Pearce wearing it. Why do these people think they need a stupid London accent? I don't know, mate. And E-Girl is a joke. He is. That's what he is, mate. That's all he is. Steve Shaw, evening, bro. Yeah, he's just a wind-up. Jez knows. Jez has been on like a few channels with him. If you're not busy, Jez, and you want to jump on, you're more than welcome, mate. I'm not staying on a great deal of time because I've got to go meet my mum in town tomorrow. But I wanted to, like I say, I wanted to discuss like the state of football nowadays, and it's just watching it. It's just so bloody boring. I mean, what is all this sideways, backwards passing all about when you're buying in these quality players that have got quality skills and you're just getting them into a system where they keep passing it back instead of using them skills, what you actually bought them for? It just makes no sense, and it makes the Ezes look like something amazing. And Eze, back in the day, would have just been exactly like the rest of them. He wouldn't have stood out as much as he does now. But any player now that goes out the box and tries to do something different looks amazing. Big up Yeti. Big up Chris Weens. You all right, mate? Hope you're well, pal. What's the latest on Isaac? Is he going to sulk all season long at Newcastle? Well, apparently he said he's not interested in integrating back into the team. So I think that's pretty much what he's going to do, mate, to be honest. Not tonight, mate. Thanks. Done 2 shows today. No worries, matey. It's all good. And yeah, football died to me in 1990. Yeah. You know, it's crazy, isn't it? I mean, you watch them. I mean, I was on YouTube yesterday, and I was looking at this new channel that's come out called Everything Casual, which goes on about all the old firms and stuff like that. It's really good, actually. Well worth subscribing to that channel. Everything's Casual. Some really good stuff. Millwall Bushwhackers stories, and F Troop, and well, there's loads of stuff on there. It's really good. Forrester on there as well. Obviously, Gooners, Erd are on there as well. Really good. What do you think of Forest being in the Europe League next season? Looking forward to it, mate. Looking forward to it. Really looking forward to it. I was all right if it was going to be Conference League, but, you know, I'll take this one as well. You know, at the end of the day, it is what it is, you know. We're getting the blame for it, but at the end of the day, that's the rules, and that's it. Again, sorry for being missing. Yeah, I've been all over and come to realise the real ones can't do with a fake drama with a lot of these channels. 100%, mate. Yeah, there's a lot of fake channels out there, bro. All I ever do is keep it real and talk about, you know, things that I know about, basically. I don't really like to go on about things that I don't know about, but that's kind of why the show today was called The State of Football, because it's just grinding my gears a little bit. It is grinding my gears. I'm not enjoying football as much as I used to do. Me and Jez keep saying, can we go back to the 4-4-2? Can we go back to the 4-4-2? 4-4-2 was exciting. It was exciting football, you know, and this football that they do now, I think what every team needs to do now, to be honest, against these top teams that want to keep all the possession, just play this counter-attack. Let them keep the ball. Let them keep the fucking ball all game if they want to keep it all game. Well, apart from 2 minutes that you're going to score, you know, just let them keep the ball if they want the possession. We did very well last season without possession. I think we had less possession than anybody. I think Palace picked us at the end. They had less possession. Big up my boss, mate. How you doing, bro? Hope you're good, man. And why are English people going to fight with Nottingham when it's immigrant shithole? Oh, mate, England's about to go up, bro. They're about to go up, matey, if you watch what's going on. What you make of the Isaac case? I think it's disgusting, bro, to be honest. I think it's absolutely disgusting. But it's not something that we're not used to, is it? I think it's disgusting. I think it's time that clubs put something in the contract that as soon as you do that, you don't just get to sit and claim and keep the wage what you're already on. Put it in the contract that as soon as you play that game, that's it. You don't get paid, or you get paid off the money or something like that. But something like that's got to happen. And eventually something like that will happen, because the owners you've got now are businessmen. And they're not going to be happy about players doing this all the time, you know. What Isaac's doing is ridiculous. The story I've heard, and this is just a story I've heard, and that is that a promise was made to Isaac that his wage was going to be risen. It was going to rise with a Staveley woman. And she left. And the guy that took over, when Isaac went to speak to him about the promise that was made, he basically turned around and said, we're not giving you a new contract. You don't need a new contract. You've still got plenty of years on this one. So in a sense, I can understand it if that's the case. The English are rising. Fuck these immigrants. I don't care anymore. No, same here, bro. Same here. I'm not going to say that, though. But, yeah, same here, man. I agree. I totally agree. I've had enough myself, mate. I've had enough myself. I'm sick of seeing a lot of the things that's kind of going off. It's just fucking ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. And you've got people who are going to work all the time and having to live on going to food banks and all that kind of stuff. And they're all in hotels, like getting like 4-course meals better than me or you could probably ever expect to have. And in hotels that probably me or you could never, I mean, you might be able to, but that we'll never even see the insides of. It's ridiculous. And you've got to also have a go at the people that's owning these hotels as well, because they've sold us all out. They've sold us all out, mate. They've sold us all out, and it's ridiculous. And it's coming to a head, and it is going to go up. There's no doubt about that. But that's always been the plan anyway. That's always been the plan. And if things go the way that I've heard that they're going to go, it's going to be unbelievable, mate. Unbelievable. I'm not going to go into it on here, but if things go the way I've heard, it's not going to be nice. Hey, Yeti, they have more rights than your mum. No, mate, no, my mum will have more rights than them. Don't worry about that. It's ridiculous, man. It's absolutely ridiculous. Did you see the Cole drama with Lee Gunner? It's really sad. Guy couldn't handle his partying. I don't know, mate. Something about. I don't know, mate. I don't really like go on other channels and stuff like that, so I've not heard anything about any of that. Who's Cole? Cole Rossi, you mean? Not Cole Rossi, surely. My daughter's scared to go town. Nah, yeah, he constantly being grabbed, yet they scared to tell me because of my reaction and don't want dad in jail again. Exactly. It's absolutely pathetic, mate. It's pathetic. I'm going into town tomorrow. I don't go into town that much now, to be honest with you. I hate it. I can't stand it. I'm on edge all the time. I'm on edge all the time in town at the minute. I'm really on edge. Lee is confused and no, Cole Rossi, bro. Yeah. I don't think he'd be Cole Rossi. I don't know, mate. I don't really get involved in a lot of the dramas and all that kind of stuff. People can get on with their dramas and stuff, and I'll just do what I do. I kind of stay away from all that. There's enough going on outside than to get involved in it on bloody YouTube in stupid little pissy fights and stuff like that. I can't be doing with. You know, the world's going to shit in a handbasket, and people going off on YouTube is not going to help anything, is it, really? I watch all the audit things, Charlie Reach and all that lot. I watch all these kind of things, so I've seen exactly kind of what's going on, and it's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. Isn't London the most surveilled city? Why are people so scared? I think what you'll find, Mob, is yes, there's cameras there everywhere. There's cameras everywhere. You're being watched everywhere. I mean, not when you walk out your front door, or you might be because someone might have a camera on their doorbell or whatever. But you're being watched everywhere. But the problem is when something happens, they don't act on it straight away, and it becomes something that, oh well, this happened. Yeah. Well, if you're gonna like survey everything and watch everything all the time, then at least have a quick response team ready to get out there and do something about it when you see it, and they don't do that, and that's the problem, to be honest. Why can't you fight? Are you going to give up your city, Yeti? I'm not giving anything up, bro. I'm not giving anything up. I'm from London. The thing is, it's going to come to a point where you're all going to get involved, whether you want to or not. You're all going to get involved. That's the way it's set. Other call took piss. Apparently, I'm not getting involved. Just seems a money issue. A man taking piss. To be fair, he did it. He did own it just out of hand. Okay. So, yeah, I don't, like I say, I don't really get involved in any of that drama or anything. That's up to everybody else. They can get involved in that kind of drama, and that's why I don't really go in a lot of chats and stuff. I went in Matty's the other day. That was good. He was like doing a thing on Arsenal as normal, saying about it's a joke and don't be fooled and all that kind of stuff. So, other than that, I don't bother. I go, do you watch Door on Tour? I watch Door on Tour every now and then. He's another Forest creator. I do watch him every now and then. London was okay, but it was always shit. Well, I mean, I've only been to London twice, I think. Once when I went to watch Therian at the can't remember what the place was called now, Showcase or whatever it was called. That was crazy because we was the opposite side of London and we had to ask for directions and stuff. Oh mate, it was crazy. It was in the middle of what's that place called? Only Fools and Horses. Because I was with two guys, they didn't know anything about any of it. What's it called on Only Fools and Horses? Peckham. Yeah, it was in the middle of Peckham. And he was like asking out the window, and I was like, bro, you got to be careful around here, mate. Dory's sound. Yeah, Door's awesome. I was first on his channel ages ago, and then I went on Jazz's later on when I met Jazz. But the first one I was on was Door on Tour on a Sunday night. The thing is, yeah, it's hard to put your finger on what real society is like. People race baiting online more at every go, but does it really happen day to day? It depends what you watch, really, Bob. If you watch a lot of these audit things where they're actually around these things and seeing what's going on and everything, then you can get quite a grasp of it. But the mainstream media is not going to tell you. There's a lot of things kind of going on, but it's whether you actually, look at these things and all that kind of stuff, basically. But there is shit going on. People tend to be different in real life than on social media. 100%. Yeah, 100%. Long Peckham. Yeah. They was like hanging out the window going, excuse me, mate, do you know where such? And I was like, you do know where you are, don't you? Because they got the map wrong and everything, because we was travelling from Newark, I think it was. And I was like, oh my days, we ain't going to get out of here, for fuck's sake. And we managed to get to the gig. Really good gig, actually. But as soon as we got there, we're going through and there were three guys walked across the road and some car pipped them, bit the horn at them, and they just jumped on his car, started kicking his windscreen and ripping his wing mirrors off and everything. He's like, oh my days, this place is mental. I'm from London and I would avoid Peckham and Brixton. Yeah. I knew because of like the things I've seen on YouTube and all that kind of stuff about the postcode wars and all that kind of stuff. I watch all those kind of things, so I know a lot about a lot of different like towns and stuff, and where the areas are you go, and where the areas are you don't. John Smith, how you doing? Hello, mate. How are you? You all right? But yeah, it's honestly, I mean, like I say, I wouldn't say anything on stream, but if what I know is going to happen, it's going to go. It's going to go up, mate. I guarantee you that. I see random fights on YouTube all the time. Yeah. Well, actually, when I first found YouTube and started watching it, the one thing, I don't know if everybody's the same, but the one thing I searched for was people getting knocked out. I don't know why. That was like the first thing I used to search for. And I used to just sit watching these videos where someone was mouthing off and they got knocked out all the time. Don't ask me why. I don't know what made me want to watch that, but I did. I'm okay, France. Been out painting the shed. Nice. How's it looking? You got it looking good? All ready for the season? For the next round of disappointment? But yeah, if you watch, I mean, there's loads of them. If you watch like video Charlie Reach, you watch Billy Moore, you watch was it DJ Media? He started sort of going around, and all they're doing is they're just videoing what's going on. Are they in some ways an issue? Not really, I don't think, because you at least you're getting to see what's going on. But then again, at the same point, you don't want to get to the point where you don't want to walk out your front door just in case or anything like that, do you? You know, it's one of them. It's one of them, isn't it? Really. But there is shit going on. There's definitely shit going on. Rage baiting is getting out of hand. People are really desperate for a view. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, there is a lot of that going on as well, and trying to film the person that gets arrested and all that kind of stuff, because obviously views is money. So, you know, I mean, it's amazing how quick you can grow doing that right now. You know, just going out on the street with your phone and just videoing what you see, and in your towns and all that lot, putting in like one of these catchy titles. Oh, big fight! Got to see this. So you know what I mean, that kind of thing, and they get loads of views. Everyone's watching them, so it's a massive way to, if you want to build your channel. I'm not interested. I thought of going out there and having a look, seeing what's going on, but I don't think, I'm not really interested. I ain't got temperament for it anyway, because a lot of these protesters, they start getting antsy, and I ain't having that. As for Arsenal first game, Deadwood versus Deadwood. Yeah. That would be insane, wouldn't it? If United beat you in that first game, it's going to be a meltdown. It's going to be an absolute meltdown. That is going to be absolutely crazy if that happens. It's going to be absolutely insane. Right. Anyway, guys, I'm going to get off. I only wanted to sort of like do this video about like the state of football, because right now it's just boring me to tears, to be quite honest with you. All this backward, sideways passing. It's just, come on, let's get a little bit more. Go out to win a game. Don't go out to save a game. Go out to win a game. That's what I remember about football. That's what I want to see in football. You know, I want to see exactly that. People try to make videos as disgusting as possible just to get reactions. Yeah, absolutely. 100%. You're spot on. Absolutely spot on. It's not how I'm made, to be honest. So I won't bother doing anything like that. I like to do what I do now, where I just come on in, have a chat and all that kind of stuff, and have a chat with the guys, real deal, and all that kind of thing. I'll watch these things, obviously, but, you know, I'm not really bothered about getting involved in any of it. Yeah, you're a lefty. I'm a centralist, mate, to be honest. I'm a centralist. I don't pick sides. I think both sides are as bad as each other, to be honest. So I'm more a centre person. I agree with some things on one side, and I agree with some things on the other side, but I don't agree with everything, which is the way I've always been. I've always been the same as that. Nobody makes me pick a side, and I won't pick a side. That's just how I've always been. Right, anyway, guys, on that note, I am going to get going, because I've got to meet my mother in town tomorrow and sort this bloody passport out. I finally got a passport. 6 months it's took me to get a passport. Yeah, if I'd have come in on a boat, I'd have got one tomorrow. Well, it would still have been 6 months. We got one tomorrow, but you know what I mean. So yeah, guys, anyway, been fun, been awesome. Really enjoyed it, but I am going to have to go and chill out. Make sure you watch the film Weapons. Quality movie. Your best wood, massive, so you know what Stan is like. Absolutely, 100%. And so you think. Right, anyway, guys, catch you later. Keep it real, keep it yay, and trust me, I can look after myself. Take it easy. Have a good night, and I'll see you all next time that I see you. It might be tomorrow night. I might do the Spurs PSG Super Cup game. if I can find a stream, then I might possibly do that. So yeah, take it easy, guys. Tatty fucking bye. See you later, guys. Be back tomorrow, hopefully.